So this is the man taking the big pressure as we head for this Nissan Mobil 500 Super Tourer shootout, round 2. Julian Bailey, the man who had a bit of a disaster at Wellington, not such a big disaster as the man who won the first round here at Pukekohe, Paul Morris, but a 7th and a 5th wasn't what he was after there. Now the pressure is on him because, of course, the team boss, Bruce Miles, brought this team to New Zealand. Now he's lost one car at Wellington, or pretty severely damaged one with James Kay, and definitely lost an engine in Michael Bates' car. So this guy has really got to pull a win out of the bag now.
And can he take that challenge to the BMWs, the Toyota Corona team, the main opposition here in the 2 litres against the force of the BMWs. As you can see there, that's Paul Morris, the winner of the first race in the Diet Coke BMW. And it's back to Julian Bailey. So that's the battle of the 2 big boys out in front. One from the British Touring Car Championship, one from the Australian 2-litre Manufacturers Championship, and just alongside the battling Kiwi, Craig Beard.
Now he has really turned up trumps today, I would say. He did a great job in Wellington, but to be able to get out in the lead of these guys in the earlier races, fantastic performance today, Craig Beard.
And remember, in the first race, he was taken out by this man, Jeff Brabham, who says he basically just locked up the brakes. But Craig reckons it was a deliberate move. So, as he said, what goes around comes around. So let's wait and see what happens in race 2.
Now we've got the rookie in the BMW camp. This is Dennis Chapman, the man from Christchurch, who's just bought one of these cars just in time for the Nissan Mobil 500 series. He's been having a fairly torrid time of it.
The 1 minute board, start the engine.
Okay, just getting a bit of a briefing there from the race official. This is Ian Spurl in the nicely presented IPC Peugeot. Hasn't had a lot of luck so far. In fact, I was talking to the team boss last week down in the Nissan Mobil 500 in Wellington, and they said it's been running great, not a problem. As soon as we got it on TV, bang, the gearbox went.
Oh no, don't blame us for this, you guys. Okay, there's Julian Bailey. That's the view from the front of the grid. Looking back, well, looking out now down the front of the grid because, of course, the reverse grid start for these shootouts. So Julian Bailey just fires her up. The little 2-litre motor underneath the bonnet. Same as all the others, of course. This class of racing carefully designed to be very, very even, as Ian Spurl gives us the view. 3-sport cam on board the IPC Peugeot.
Heading down towards the Nissan sweeper, your first corner. And this is... well, if they reckon if you got big ones, you take it in top, don't you? Take it flat out. Going through, get the right line into the sweeper. Back on board Julian Bailey at the back of the field. Remember, it's the reverse grid shootout. So the Flyers will be really dropping the clutch and going for it.
Listen to the different noise from the motor, the different engine sound from that Peugeot, which of course is a privateer car. It's an older car. This is state-of-the-art. Well, not brand new, it's a half a season old. It's the car they introduced in the British Touring Car Champs midway, so it's almost new, latest spec, the whole bit, and these are sensational little racing machines.
Pumping out round about 300 brake horsepower, a lot of the 2 litres in the British Touring Car Championships, getting as much out of these 2 litres as they can, which is pretty amazing these days. It used to be the big V8s, now it's the V6s all the rage. Used to be the 5 litres, now of course it's 2 litres, and well... that does not sound too good for the Peugeot on the warm-up lap. And in fact, you can just see there, he's just waving over. And I hope Ian Spurl hasn't got a problem, because that would be disaster.
Oh, sounded like it. Sounded pretty well finito, like the motor just cut out completely as he... Yes, looks like it. Oh, steam, smoke out of the exhaust pipe. Not a nice sign. Don't know what he's done. Could be, well, it could be anything. Blown head gasket, blown the motor, who knows.
And there it is. Not even a whisper under the bonnet.
No.
And now the team officials are out there pushing it back in, and poor Ian Spurl, he must be very disappointed.
Slapping the car, swearing to himself. You can see him, you know, just the gestures of frustration. He has not had a good time these last 2 weeks. He deserved much better than this. That's very sad to see.
So the warm-up lap has turned out to be a very cold lap for the Peugeot. Let's see what can happen now as the 2 litres and the Super Tourers line up for a start. in the reverse grid shootout. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with that action right after this.
A secret about Sunraysia 100% natural prune juice. Mandy's a high flyer. Melbourne one day, New York the next. With her hectic international lifestyle, she drinks Sunraysia 100% natural prune juice, hot or cold, to keep her vital and on the go. Endorsed by the National Heart Foundation as a heart food, Sunraysia 100% natural prune juice. With dietary fibre, calcium, iron, potassium and vitamin C. Sunraysia 100% natural prune juice. Mandy's secret for the high flyer in everyone.
If you thought that one of those great little zoom compact cameras was just a bit out of your reach, think again. The Samsung 1050 is here, from one of the world's most advanced camera manufacturers. 38 to 105 power zoom, automatic everything. Only $499, around $200 less than most equivalent cameras. The Samsung 1050, well within your reach, at 2020 image centres and other good camera stores.
You know, all this relaxing's making me hungry.
Looks expensive.
Urgent phone call, sir?
A KFC ad?
No, we're on a holiday.
It's KFC's holiday meal deal. 10 pieces of chicken, chips, potato and gravy, salad, Pepsi, Cobbetts, plus a chocolate Bavarian, $24.95.
Sir?
You'll have the holiday meal deal. With the chocolate Bavarian.
Tell her we're on holiday.
So your daughter's living in Paris and you're off to help organise a wedding. Big job, but with MasterCard, piece of cake. No card's more widely accepted. Plus there are thousands of service centres worldwide. Even use MasterCard to phone Dad to bring some New Zealand wine. Monthly statement records every purchase. You'll know just how much this little girl cost, so you can decide if you'll let the next one try. Here at home or oceans away, with MasterCard, you've got the whole world in your hands.
If you're going out in the car over the holidays, you could take the Kiwi Kids Fun Pack. There's a 36-page road activity book with some useful road safety tips and loads of interesting things to do. You get a set of felt pens and a cassette of our road safety sing-along. So that's what you get, and this is what the driver gets.
A lovely, peaceful car journey.
The Kiwi Kids Fun Pack. Only from participating Caltex stations. Only $7.95.
Nicotine is an addictive poison which chains you to the smoking habit. But now, with nicotine-free Nicobrevin, you can break free without putting more poison into your system. Sold by UK chemists for over 30 years, clinically proven Nicobrevin works faster than nicotine-based plans at about 1/3 the price. Nicobrevin capsules, the simple, no-nicotine way to break your smoking habit.
National Mutual brings you 3 National News update. 500,000 Kiwis trust National Mutual.
1 hour from now on 3 National News, a member of the public's being seriously hurt by Cashin the elephant at Auckland Zoo. Staff say the man broke into the elephant house. A row has broken out over the police use of decoy speed cameras to catch quick motorists. And an Auckland mother had to put up a fight to save herself and her baby from a knife-wielding burglar. A testing time begins for New Zealand Rail's fast ferry the Lynx, which made its first crossing of Cook Strait today. In sport, Martin Crowe takes a rest from one-day cricket, and our top women begin their build-up to their tough international season. And don't blink or you'll miss it, speed pitching at the softball. We'll have those stories and much, much more. 3 National News at 6.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from National Mutual.
Welcome back to 3 Sport. This is on board the Toyota Corona of Michael Baton. Have a listen to this. Really working the Toyota quite hard going into the hairpin there. And unfortunately, it didn't last much longer than that because this was in the build-up to the first race. And coming up, you'll find out why, just like Ian Spurl, poor old Michael Bate doesn't line up in the second race.
one little motor on the way out.
The resport and the dramatic finish to poor old Michael Bates, well, poor young Michael Bates actually, in the Toyota Corona. And it's Smokey and the Corona today. That's the reason why he won't be racing in race 2 for the Super Tourers. She really was, well, overcooked, I suppose.
So that's one Toyota dead, this one very much alive and ready to kick butt. This is Julian Bailey in the Corona, near the back of the grid, just Paul Morris behind, ready to roll in the shootout.
And look at that once again, and it's Craig Beard, who's got a great start for the second race in a row, and Brabham charging up through the middle, followed by Bailey.
This is the view from Bailey's in-car as he looks at Brabham's rear end as they go through the S's the first time. Diet Coke car breaks on through the last part of the S, now onto the back straight. Let's see what Bailey can do. This is where the Toyota's been very, very good out of this corner. And
I think after looking at Brabham's rear end, you want to get rid of that side straight away, as you can see. And look at this, the big charge is on already. And it's Brabham and Beard heading down towards the hairpin. Bailey squeezing up the inside as well. And also Morris.
Wow, what a race this is. Look at this, a lock-up from Beard and a lock-up from Brabham as well. Bailey's trying to take advantage of this. Let's see if he can get alongside and pass Brabham. Nope, not going to happen, I don't think, here.
So it's Craig Beard, the Kiwi. First lap of 16. It's the second shootout today. Look at that, it's a four-way scrap.
Oh, this is great stuff. Now we see Paul Morris gathering himself. Let's look for him on the inside of Bailey's car. No, not going to get through there, so it's Bailey trying to put this pressure on. The Kiwi out front, Craig Baird, and right in behind him, Paul Morris looks like he's right up into the third spot. Yep, and Jeff Brabham's dropped to fourth.
Down the back straight now, here comes Bailey. And he's pulled up alongside of the Beard BMW. Can the Toyota do it? Yes.
Yep, this time, let's see what Craig's got in retaliation. Anything looking for the inside line. I don't think there's enough room there. No, they keep it nice and clean this time. Bailey leads him around.
So 4 cars right out in front of the field of 7. And they've split this field right from the start of the reverse grid shootout. And they're having their own private battle. But look at Bailey now, jump clear.
Hey, I think these guys are forgetting something. This is only the first. Whoa, look at that bumping going on between Baird there and Paul Morris as they came across the top of the hill.
And Morris has taken Baird. Morris has got into second now.
Yeah, great shots out of the rear of the Diet Coke car of Paul Morris. Now in the second place. Tell the story. Baird drops back. And there he is. There's the two protagonists, the punch-up merchants from the race 1, in action, very close together again.
Yeah, Brabham and Beard, but it's also Paul Morris who's had the odd punch-up himself, actually. Shades of Tony Longhurst earlier this year.
You mean punched up? He was on the receiving end.
Yeah, poor guy. So as you can see there, Julian Bailey doing a great job in the second shootout. Remember, they'll get the old yellow flag and have to rebunch and restart. Oh! How's your bumper?
Yes, that's called showing the guy the outside line, showing him the bit of dirt, you know, the scenery. And that's what Brabham got from Craig Baird there when he tried that outside line. And what was it Craig said before? What goes round comes round. I think that's part of what he's talking about.
Let's see what happens next time they go around the hip and where it's all been happening so far. So, a very exciting start to the second shootout at Pukekohe. It's round 2 of the Nissan Mobil 500. It's these 2-litre tearaways. It's the 3 BMWs and the 1 Toyota. At the moment, it's the Toyota in front.
So Baird now getting just a little bit of a break on Jeff Brabham after that brush at the hairpin, but they're heading back towards that same part of the circuit where these two get together, only this time it's Bailey and Morris locked together.
And it's still Bailey holding on to that lead, coming round towards the end of the first of the 4 flying laps before they'll get the yellow flag. Then they'll get the bunch up, the regroup, the restart. And remember, the car that's at the back of this field, way back down the field, will be the first to get the black flag. Okay, there is the yellow. So it's Bailey, Morris. They've got to stay in this running order until they come round to the following lap, and they'll get the green flag again.
Bit of shades of replay of Wellington, really. It just goes to show you don't need 100 cars in a race to make a good motor race. Steve Soper and Winkelhock, even though they were teammates, taught us that. Now these guys are giving us another lesson, the same thing. And in fact, we've got the two fights because we've got Baird versus Brabham just behind the leaders.
So that's your top five. This is Chris Barnes, and I think, yes, he's the unfortunate driver that is going to be given the black flag because the Suzuki's just in front. And as they come round to finish their lap, that shows you just how far they are behind or just how quick and how big a gap is the other guys have opened up. At the front of the field, it's going to be Chris Barnes. He'll be forced to cruise off into pit lane as they get behind the pace car.
So black flag for the rally man, Chris Barnes. He was knocked out of the first shootout as well fairly early on. This is an Australian Corona that he's driving, and I think he'd just be happy that he's at least got some shots and anger fired in this car because he didn't get to drive it at Wellington last week.
So now they've had a meeting after the first race where Paul Morris did a couple of cheeky sort of, well, as soon as the pace car went off, he dropped the clutch and took away, basically, and took the other drivers by surprise. But as you can see here, the pace car is really slowing them right down so they get the regroup. So it does make it more of that shootout concept.
Yeah, well, Paul tried it on in the first race. That's really what it came down to, and fair enough. He was, it's a racing tactic, just like he said Jeff Brabham told him you could sneak those things sometimes, but they definitely called all of the drivers into a bit of a meeting with the officials of the meeting, told them, no way, you keep it slow, you keep it down until you're right down at the start-finish line. So let's see how the guys do it this time.
So there's the Toyota Corona of Chris Barnes, who's off and out of the race, back out in front, and you're on board the leader. And it's Julian Bailey in the Castrol Toyota Corona coming up over the top of Mobil Mountain. You'll get the green flag again, and they're all bunching up behind for the restart. Can Craig Beard get another flyer?
Oh, he's looking down the inside there. He was trying to go down the inside of Bailey's Toyota straight away. He's managing to slot into the second spot and holding Morris out, but not for long. He actually gets a bit of a nudge there from Morris, making it very difficult for the young Aussie, though. So Morris goes into the second spot. Bailey got a nice break while they were scrapping.
And look at that. Dennis Chapman now has got to get in front of the Suzuki Swift. Otherwise, he could be in black flag country. Bailey out in front, though, doing a good job. A good slingshot from the restart.
Yep, Paul Morris just hanging close. These two just sussing out. Whoa, Paul Morris looking, yeah, there's a bit of a gap there, fella. No way. Bit of a deceptive camera angle, that one, because it pulls them so close as they get into the braking area. Now you see just how close it is this time, a closer race than last time, with Baird still staying quite close behind the Morris car.
Now I've got a quick shot in the background too. I think Chapman has got past the Suzuki, so he's out of the danger zone. Meanwhile, back out in front, Bailey, Morris, Baird, Brabham. 4 cars, and each set having their own little wee private duel.
Look at the wing on the back of that Toyota Corona. That's definitely helping Julian Bailey a great deal as they just hook a wheel up there on the... And, in fact, Paul Morris just locks a wheel slightly. I think he was almost into nudging the back bumper there of the Toyota. Now, look at the Toyota stretch its legs. It really moves away very, very well out of this corner. Gets picked up down towards the hairpin, and that's where Morris comes back into attack mode.
You're on board Julian Bailey. Just drive with him. That motor wasn't working too hard going into that hairpin.
That sequential box, aren't they neat? They're just like a motorcycle gearbox, kick down, pick up, just straight down, so no gate to select and miss a gear maybe, and also just very, very quick on the gear changes.
You'll find most of the drivers too go late and hard on the brakes going into the hairpin of Pukekohe. Take it right to the limit. Coming down the front straight, Baird and Brabham having a great little wee battle for third. Baird is third at the moment. He's got the Aussie right behind him. Up and over the ripples. Getting the nice, smooth, fast lines onto the straight, using every inch of the track.
Well, I hate to say it, but you know, if Craig Baird said that what goes round comes round, or what vice versa, Jeff Brabham has been around a long time, and I'm afraid that he's probably not going to be one for lying down and taking that sort of treatment. Here we go again. This is the fight for the lead as Morris throws down the challenge, and the fight for third place as Brabham looks for a way round Baird.
Actually, I think the Diet Coke cars just need a couple of bottle openers at the moment, don't they? They've both sort of been, well, just topped off by the opposition. Whoa, just getting a little bit, well, not too sideways, Paul Morris. I think we're probably getting a bit more excited than he was. Julian Bailey, great shots too on board with the 3 Sport cameras. As you can see, the driver's point of view.
This is where there's quite a nasty bump into this corner here, so he sets up for the S's. Nicely through there, uses the curbs. You can just see the car right up slightly on the left-hand curb onto the back straight. This is where the Toyota seems to really get away. Well, not so much this time. Morris seems to have got a good run through the S's that time and stays in contact.
But I tell you what, Bailey's still got a nice handy cushion there, because Paul has got to do some severe late braking as he has a look down the inside. Julian says, I know you're there. I've got you covered though.
Close. You don't get much closer than that. In fact, I think that was, yes. There's the waved fist. I think he's just telling him what goes round comes round.
I've got you covered, but man, let's not keep it separated by a pillowcase, eh?
That's right, yeah.
Let's have a cushion between us.
Oh, look at this. Morris trying to find a way down the inside, then dives to the outside. No, not going to make it stick as the yellow flag comes out, but he was gathering himself for a bit of a charge there.
So you can see the real battle of tactics developing here, because you get 4 laps to sprint out and go for the lead and hold on to it. And now they've got to regroup and reset, and it's all on again. So it really has been some fantastic racing.
Well, that was good, though, because that's the kind of racing incident as we get our top 5 there with Bailey, Morris, Baird, Brabham and Dennis Chapman. Looks like Grant Aiken's the guy who's going to take the drop. He's coming through last in the Suzuki Swift, little production car or New Zealand touring car. So way under the power of these 2-litre Tourers.
So while he heads his way back towards pit lane, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with the action of the rest of the 2 litres right after this.
One of the things that makes a new Big Bertha iron so different is the true perimeter weighting. The top line is larger than any in history, and that allows the face to be the thinnest of any iron in history. Technologically, these irons are far superior to anything on the market, and they do work. They will improve your game.
Big Bertha irons at fine golf shops.
I can't stop.
Unforgettable. 24 magic moments just for you.
I've made up my mind. What now, my love? Everybody loves somebody sometime.
Unforgettable. An hour of memories on CD or cassette. That's what you are. Get your copy wherever good music is sold.
You know, all this relaxing's making me hungry.
Looks expensive.
Urgent phone call, sir?
A KFC ad?
No, we're on a holiday.
It's KFC's holiday meal deal. 10 pieces of chicken, chips, potato and gravy, salad, Pepsi, Cobbetts, plus a chocolate Bavarian, $24.95.
Sir?
You'll have the holiday meal deal with the chocolate Bavarian. Tell them we're on holiday.
We are not going to sleep.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Till I convince you that smirk is something you can wear.
You can't stop playing categories. Just roll the die and fill in the categories, all starting with the same letter. But your answers can't match anyone else's.
Snowshoes.
Samurai sword.
Scuba gear.
Smirk.
What?
What's wrong with smirk?
So it's fun to be clever.
Are you wearing a frown?
Yes.
Then I can wear a smirk.
You can't stop playing categories.
There's a new way to stay in touch. A way that lets you choose how you talk to people and how they talk to you. It's personal, it's mobile, and it's here.
Hello?
Bell Card. The best thing to happen to the phone since Bell invented it.
It's a big one. It's 6.
Oh, what a shot. Schweppes and 3 Sport are proud to present a summer of international cricket in association with Caltex, Tip Top, DB Draft, and McDonald's. We bring you a carnival of test and one-day cricket action. The Benson and Hedges International One-Day Series from South Africa and the World Series from Australia. Exclusive international action you just can't miss. Schweppes presents a season of sensational cricket this summer on TV3.
Catch it on 3.
So this is the top 5 as they restart now. Bailey, Morris, Beard, Brabham, Chapman. And there's only 5 left in the field. So it's anyone's race at this stage.
Yep, we can see the little Grant Aiken Suzuki tootling around at the back there. But this is where he'll be shown the polite, this way please, into pit lane. Turn right instead of rejoining the race. The view from Julian Bailey's Toyota Corona. The car, which has come into its own here at Pukekohe, has been an improver right through the last half of the British Touring Car Champs. And the guys said really all it needed was desperately in need of a wing to give it some more grip. And certainly they've achieved that. The thing is very quick around the Pukekohe circuit.
So it's goodbye, Grant. And now welcome to my world, says Julian Bailey driving the Toyota Corona. Now the restart, getting all set again for the green flag. Who's going to pounce?
Let's see if it's going to be Craig Baird. He's the one on the left. No way, not this time. Yes, it is. He's got through on Morris. Great stuff there from Baird. Out jump Morris again. That's excellent. Julian Bailey gets the lead. Baird takes second place. Morris slots into the third. And behind him, his teammate Jeff Brabham back to Dennis Chapman.
Well, I can tell you our Kiwi cricket team may not be doing too well at the moment, but Craig Baird is having a great time showing the Aussies his bumper.
Boy, does he know how to get a good start out of that car. That's fantastic.
But can he hold on to it? Look at Morris and Brabham now. Trying to regain that second spot. Morris down the outside. Does it?
Now, is he going to let Jeff Brabham do the same thing? Because he seemed to be quite no resistance there to Morris going by. It seemed like a pretty easy, unchallenged kind of a passing move there. But there seems to be something special brewing between Brabham and Baird. They don't really seem to get on too well.
Well, talking about getting on so well at the moment, here is the Julian Bailey Toyota Corona as he sweeps through Nissan. Nice racing lines here, hugging the side, up over the ripples, poof, bang. And no loss of speed, out wide into the back straight.
There we go with the top 5, of course, the only 5 runners in the field. Dennis Chapman taking the tail end, but now the pressure comes from Brabham on Baird. This is the fight for third. Look at Brabham weaving, trying to find an outside line. Now an inside line. Baird's not going to let him through there, though. Keeps him nice and tight. I think there was a bit of a nudge there.
No, I think that Jeff didn't do that intentionally in the first race, and I think he's just telling Craig that I'm right behind you, buddy.
Well, he's not anymore. He's right in front of him.
He's done it.
Yep, that little nudge there was all it took, and boy, these two are having a hell of a race.
Well, I eat my words there. I thought the Kiwi had kept them out, but Jeff Brabham has got through. Now, can the Kiwi come back?
Well, this is the best performance we've seen from Brabham so far as well, even as he just locks that front tyre just a little bit, not too much, as he gets it onto the back straight, running with the 83 number, which has won him, I think it is 3 IMSA GTP championships in a row. So very much the accomplished professional, this guy. But of course, so too is Baird. In a New Zealand scene, he's just looking to get a break outside of Kiwiland.
So it's Craig Beard trying to have a go down the inside. Can he repeat the dose? Whoa, he's giving him a nudge. He said, don't try that with me, buddy.
Boy.
Well, shades of the old British Touring Car Championships there.
Hey, for sure. Naughty, naughty, naughty boys, these two. They've been dealing it out to each other. Maybe a few words spoken to them later, I don't know, but yeah, a bit of unfriendly rivalry there, I think.
And what did Craig Beard tell us after the first race? As you take a look at this, comes right up hard and fast under brakes, gives him a nudge. What goes around comes around. Thanks very much.
And spins around and right off the hairpin. No worries. I see.
So the Kiwi is back into third spot. I suppose that's one way of doing it. Not really the gentleman's way, but in this form of motorsport, it's a very competitive scene out there.
Hey, it is. I remember Brett Riley's dad watching one of the Kiwi touring car races last year as Morris throws a bit of a feint there, saying that he didn't like it too much. He wasn't too happy. He reckoned that seeing the New Zealand touring car drivers involving themselves in this biffo, watch too much TV, he said. Don't like it.
All that biffo, of course, on 3 Sport right throughout this year. Bailey, Morris, Beard, Brabham, Chapman. Well, the question is, I suppose, how much time has Brabham lost compared to Dennis Chapman? Well, we'll find out, because now it's the bunch up, the yellow flag. So it's going to be Bailey. This will be the final shootout. Morris and Craig Beard. It'll be interesting to see how much time Jeff Brabham lost there in that spin at the hairpin.
Boy, if he missed out because of that, he would be steaming. Imagine that. So there's here we go. I think that's Dennis Chapman taking the yellow. So we're not sure whether Brabham's passed through yet or not. We hope for his sake that he has, and for the sake of the race, because no nastiness to Dennis Chapman, but of course he's not on the pace of these front 4, and they're having a great fight. There we go with the action that settled that third place as Craig Beard goes, boof. Okay, see you later, Jeffrey.
Devil inside, every single one of us, the devil inside, devil inside.
Right now, you can drive away in a new Bluebird S for just $31,615. And for a limited time, the Bluebird S is available with air conditioning for the additional price of just $1. That's $1 to enjoy air conditioning in your new Nissan Bluebird S. Be sure to visit your local Nissan dealer soon, as a deal this hot won't last forever.
It's Super Trivia time. Time to win $200 in cash. That's right, $200. Just call this number now. 0900 666 777. Answer 7 trivia questions and you're an instant $200 cash winner. So test your knowledge now. Play Super Trivia. Here's the number to call. 0900 666 777. Correctly answer 7 questions and the $200 in cash is yours.
People you like Cadbury milk tray. It's the thought that makes the day. People you like Cadbury milk tray. When there's something special to say. People you like.
Cadbury Milk Tray, an assortment of 14 delightful centres made with New Zealand's favourite dairy milk chocolate.
People you like you like me, like Cadbury milk tray.
How would you draw?
Okay, here we go.
Forgetfully.
Elephantly.
Comically. Boastfully.
Hospital of Flyers.
Frantically.
What a blinking flip is that?
Emotionally.
Sad. Deeply sad.
Incredibly sad drawing.
Sad. Oh, have another bash.
Eccentrically.
Like from nobody at home.
Successfully. Picture me. How would you draw it?
Ah, that'll be the casserole.
New chef casserole. Chicken and turkey, beef and kidney, meaty chunks and a rich home-style gravy. It's just like you'd make it home.
Nicotine is an addictive poison which chains you to the smoking habit. But now, with nicotine-free Nico Brevin, you can break free without putting more poison into your system. Sold by UK chemists for over 30 years, clinically proven Nico Brevin works faster than nicotine-based plans at about 1/3 the price. Nico Brevin capsules, the simple, no nicotine way to break your smoking habit.
This river looks serene now, but 3 National News was here to catch it in all its fury.
A sawmill at Fairlie simply vanished when the Opahi River rushed through the plant. This was one of the most dramatic rescues of the weekend.
Pictures that showed the country how devastating the floods here were. And another example of how we bring you New Zealand news like nobody else can.
Get the full picture from New Zealand's only News Hour, 3 National News with John Hawksby.
Welcome back to 3 Sport, and after that quick spin around Pukekohe for a nice Sunday drive, it's back down to the details for the finish, and it's the race to the finish, the end of the final reverse grid shootout. Oh, as you can see there, the big computer's just come up with the big chainsaw. And we've suddenly gone from 5 down to 4, and it's bad news for the Christchurch driver, Dennis Chapman.
Yes, and not such bad news for Jeff Brabham after being punted into that spin by Craig Baird. Didn't actually drop behind the rookie Dennis. So it's Dennis Chapman for the off into the pit lane. There we go. Waves goodbye to the field. Marshals anyway.
And now the final 4. The final 4 laps for the final 4 drivers. It's the Toyota and a gang. Well, he's ganged up by these BMWs, as you can see there, just waiting to pounce. And that's the Paul Morris BMW looking backwards. And this is the Julian Bailey Corona looking frontwards and looking for the green flag.
This is where it all counts, the start, and he got a great start that time. And Baird denied also getting into the second spot. This time by Paul Morris, takes over the second spot, no problem. Brabham still has to hold down the 4th spot. Doesn't look like the car's quite as well set up as the Morris sister car.